Welcome to another Pokemon Sun and Moon video. What is up, Scarlet? And I'm bringing you what I already said. Why did I decide to reverse my intro? I don't know. But we're here. And we already did in the last video, well, not really speculations, but we broke down what are the new things in Pokemon right now. Now, everything new is already been said. That makes absolutely no sense. Let me start that over. Basically, I already said everything, and today is June. It's mid-June. I probably shouldn't say the day because I might post this later on. But in this video, we're gonna do the map breakdown of where everything might be. This is predictions of where the gyms will be, maybe where Team Eclipse, that's what I like to call it for the team name, the evil organization might take over, where the legendaries might be, what route you will take, and what islands you will go accordingly, and what islands do what, and you know what type of Pokemon you'll find in there. So let's get started. So as I already explained, there's gonna be multiple islands. Just in case you don't know that, you probably should have watched the last video. But of course, the island that we already know is the top left island over here. So if you look right quick, and I got my map open, we got the map of this place. I'm looking at the artist rendition, where if you just look at the map overscale, you could see all these boats swerving around all over the place, and you could kind of see the jet streams of where they're coming from and where they're headed. So if you look at the island, we can see everything that is of note. So we of course start our journey of course in the bottom right. I think that still counts as the town, but you go upwards to the top left of where Professor Kukui and Professor Hala lives. Also Hau, or whatever his name is. So like I said, to start your journey, you're gonna be new in town, you're barely moving in. Professor Kukui's introducing himself, saying, hey, go visit my place, I'll be waiting. And then outside you see Hau, and he's all like, oh, I could be your first friend or whatever, that welcome to Mala, whatever the island's called, I don't know yet. And yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting because how it's gonna play out. So as you're going to the town, you're gonna see Lily there, the third rival character. If you don't know that, you should have looked at the last video. Anyway, we're gonna continue onward, where Lily's gonna be waiting outside, and outside the house of Professor Kukui, where in the description it says that he researches Pokemon moves, and sometimes receives Pokemon moves, and that's how it will happen. So as you can see, the house is all damaged. This is like a picture of it right here, and there's footage of it shaking, making it known that he's receiving the Pokemon moves pretty much. And then afterwards you go inside, and Professor Kukui is all like, oh, my father, you know, I try to follow his footsteps. And then he introduces to Professor Hala, who has the Pokemon for you, where you make your selection and do 2 battles in a row versus Hau and Lily. Now as you can see, this is the stage of where it is going to be at. And there's a forest right behind you. I'm pretty sure you're able to go inside this forest early onward, because I don't see why they would have a forest in there and not have you go in it when there's nobody guarding it or anything like that. I think there's it kind of loops around almost, and you might, I'm not sure what it's not clear what the motive would be if you're inside this forest, whether you're gonna train Pokemon or look for something along those lines. I'm not sure, to be honest, but what I am sure is that afterwards, whatever, if you go in the forest or not, that pretty much you're gonna work yourself way back downward to tell your mom that you're going on this journey, because Professor Kukui asked you to do this journey for him because he always wanted to follow in his father's footsteps, or maybe it's his uncle, I'm not sure, saying that you know, he always wanted for you to catch all the Pokemon. That's where he gives you to Rotom Pokédex. If you don't know that, you should have watched last video. Either way though, and plus Professor Kukui's was, you know, impressed enough that you won 2 matches in a row, with different typings, one that you're strong against and one that you're weak against, and he's impressed by that. And he says, hey, go to all these 8 gyms. There's one gym in this island by itself, so go do that. And yeah, he's very impressed by that. So you go back to your place, and the bottom right over here, tell your mom, hey mom, I'm leaving for good, and tell dad that, you know, just put the money on the table and then I'll be on my way or something like that. And as you're going downward to the left, this is where the town will be. The closest area over here is where the training school will be at, and it's kind of big if you look at it. This is where you could have just about, you know, not that many trainers, but there's going to be certain classes teaching you different things if you really want to. I, for one, never followed the trainer schools. They started this in 2nd gen. They took it more seriously afterwards, where you have to go to the trainer school. I don't know about 6th gen. I don't remember if they force you to go there or not. But as you're going along afterwards, maybe you're required to be there, maybe not. Maybe Lily will force you to go or something. There is an area over to the kind of the right-ish where you could go to, and where a lot of footage will be led. But I think this is when you're going to the forest and then you exit around that area, and you can see the cave on the bottom right, but you can't access that till later when you get surf. So maybe I shouldn't mention that as of right now. I probably should have mentioned it earlier or afterward. I'm not sure. But either way, you go to the town. I'm not sure where exactly the gym will be at. My guess of the first gym, and it's really a stretch because all these gyms, if you look over the years of Pokemon, it's not always obvious. Like the first gym in 6th gen is a bug gym, and there was no indication of saying if it was a bug gym. It was literally nothing that could have told you that. Oh yeah, there was a forest there actually. I just remember what I said in the last video. I didn't remember that. But yeah, it's not always obvious. So I'm just gonna guess it's gonna be the generic normal type gym around this area of the town where you take on the first gym, because there won't, most likely, I don't think that they're not gonna have a gym on the first island. That would make no sense. So if you look over in the very left of the area, there's like a little daycare. That's where the daycare is going to be held at. And there's like a really good view of the island over there. I feel like they're going to have some story angle where they're going to make you look at that island or something like that. Or maybe where the dock is at. But at the time, you're trying to get yourself a pass so you could go to the next island to get your second gym. So you work yourself way upwards to try to get your pass, because there's the person that, you know, gives out the passes later onward. So if you look over to this house where there's like a garden, this is where the berry garden's gonna be at, and around that area, that's where you get your pass. So you go to the dock back to go to the second island. Now you're gonna be going clockwise. So instead of going to the island to the left, you're gonna be going to the island in the right. So this is the next island over here, and the way you're gonna be going through a boat is you're gonna be entering from, okay, where is it? You're gonna be entering from the kind of the bottom left side, where that blue house is gonna be at. That's gonna be the station of where all the docks will be. So one question I just thought about just now, because they have pictures and renditions of like fire trucks, and I don't know where exactly that would be at. Maybe it would be in this town or something. But as you can see, there's the dock, and there's the resort that we kind of talked about in the beginning of these updates. And I'm guessing that is the second gym, and it's going to be a water type gym, because why would they have a lot of water type renditions? And I keep using the word renditions, but like first stage Pokemon on there, and not like any other type of Pokemon. And it would make sense if people go like, well, it's a resort, you know, it works like a hotel, why would they, you know, do that? That's true, but I think it's the case where there's other competition of that stature where there's like slacking motels too, or slacking hotels, and I think those are also a thing. This is like the vacation spot. They're going to this island. And by the way, the city is called Honolulu, because there's a slacking hotel over by the Honolulu Bay City, next to the Berry Garden. And there's other slacking motels. So my guess that this resort has something more special to it, where you could live there and it's a high price hotel, but you do face against a gym leader. So that's the second gym leader, and I'm not sure where to go from here. You could either go to the right. My guess is, since it's immediate, like right after the dock, you could go face the gym. I think the gym leader won't be there. I think you're gonna have to go on the bottom portion of the island to try to find him or something like that. Most likely he'll be on the top of the light tower or something, I'm not quite sure. But then afterwards you'll see the second gym leader, and then you're able to go on your way across the bridge over to this kind of resort, kind of like a golf course almost, where most likely this place right here will be like a contest hall. Now around this area, besides the contest hall, there will be a third gym, and I'm guessing it's the fire type gym, since there's like volcanoes, and you'll find, like, it's not really volcanoes, but there's like a lot of steaming stuff. Steaming stuff, yeah, I'm just gonna say volcano. It most likely is one. I mean, come on now, it's smoking, for God's sakes. But since it's a ways away since the second gym, this is why I think it's a third gym, because they have to have some good spacing where it doesn't feel too long, like between first to second gym in Kalos. That would took forever. And yeah, so this is where I think the fire type gym will be. Again, I don't know where the gym placements will be at, but so far so good. So after you take on the fire gym and look through this volcano-y path, there's like a house to the left where there's by this like waterfall. I'm not sure what that is. I just think it's like more of a tourist site. Not exactly sure what it would serve. I don't think anybody knows really, because I watched like so many speculations on this alone, and it's not really telling me anything. They don't know. I don't know. I'm just guessing it's like a tourist site, similar to Anastar City, where you look at that diamond. But the difference is, you know, of course, the evil organization did something about that. So around this time, you most likely you'll meet with the evil organization. I'm just gonna guess the name Team Eclipse or something like that, and they're gonna be causing trouble. What kind? I have no idea. Maybe it could be on this area that's headed back to the second gym. And the reason I say headed back to the second gym is because you need to go back to the dock to head to the next island, and it's gonna be a long time. It's gonna feel like forever because there's already 2 gyms in this island. So going to this dock, you could go continue clockwise to this 4th island. It's just as big as any other island, but I think there's not that. I mean, there is places to go to, but there's gonna be, I don't know what to say. There's gonna be like a whole lot of areas that will be all cramped together, but other places will be enormous that it'll feel like you have to go through caves and stuff like that. So the dock is on the right side. As you can see, the boat's headed towards there, and there's like a I forgot what that's called, but that's just like the bell tower almost, and this Japanese based place where I'm guessing this is where the 4th gym will be, and this is gonna be where the fighting type gym, I'm guessing, only because since it's I feel like it's a place where I don't know, my guess is that it's gonna be a fighting type gym, only because I feel like since they're very traditional, and the way it just looks like an army base to me. I don't know why. I think it's the green or something like that. It looks like very serious place, and then, you know, there's the tower where it looks like it's in peace, you know? So it's kind of like the yin and yang, and I don't know. This just sounds stereotypical when I say it out loud, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. I'm guessing that's the fighting type gym. Now, if you look to the left, that is, I'm guessing, is a power plant. But there's people saying, and based on the real world map, this place is based off the observatory. Being an observatory of what? I'm not really sure. It could be just maybe the sun and moon in general, or you know, the stars along those lines. I mean, most likely it'll be about the stars, but they're gonna be detecting something strange about the sun and moon. So this is where Team Eclipse will take place, causing more havoc, and the base will be nearby where you're gonna have to take them on. It sounded like I say take your mom. No, take them on, and they're gonna be continuing plotting no good things. Now, if you look to the right, there's gonna be some places where you could go to. There's some like white beamers almost. This is where I feel like the electric type gym will be at, around this area, and you continue downward, and I feel like around this area, this is where the haunted mansion will be, because there's usually always a haunted mansion nearby. They have to throw in ghost Pokemon somewhere, just like in the first gym, or not the first gym, the first gen. They put ghost Pokemon at Lavender Tower, and they put in second gen, I guess they sprinkled ghost Pokemon in certain towers. Oh wait. Actually, no, I was gonna say the burnt tower, but never mind. Well, they have them usually in the nighttime. Scratch about that. Hoenn, I don't think there's a tower in particular, but there is, what's that place called? Oh god, I don't remember it. That place between the Safari Zone and the really weird route where you have to jump across stuff. I don't want to say Mount Chimney. It's not Mount Chimney. It's Mount Pyre. Mount Pyre. Yeah, Mount Pyre. That's what it's called. There's ghost Pokemon there. 4th gen, of course, there's that haunted mansion there. 5th gen, there's a haunted mansion. I think in the second game. And then 6th gen, there's a couple of haunted mansions, but it's kind of different. Either way, they have to throw in a haunted mansion somewhere, because where else would they put ghost Pokemon? And there's this house down here. I forgot what someone said about this. There's like a particular thing. I think it's like a specific place of, besides throwing an electric type Pokemon, they're also gonna throw in fossil type Pokemon down in this area, because this is where the archaeologists will try to look at these plates, to observe these plates, because there's some footage about that, not really about the archaeology aspect, but around this area. So yeah, as you can see, there's like well, by then you could have 5 badges after the ghost gym or something like that. That'll be 6. So now you're gonna be able to surf. You're gonna get surf a little bit before you go to get the ghost gym, and you could go to the left or you could go upward, but I'm guessing you could go upward afterwards. So you could go surf in this area. As you can see, the rocks make it so you can't surf past this, and you go up here, and there's like a swamp area. This is where I think the 7th gym will be, and it will be a grass type gym. Either that or it will be a bug type gym. I'm not sure yet, but there is a small swamp here, and you can't really see through it very well. Other than that, if it's not that place, of course there is a secluded area where it makes me think about Kyurem, because there's a place in Unova where they're very fearful about this Pokemon that eats things or something like that, so they kind of secluded themselves, and that's what makes me think about this. It could be, this is where it might have the ghost gym instead, if there's not gonna have it before the grass gym. So it might be where you get 5 badges after you get the electric type gym, because usually after 5 badges that's where you get surf. So then it will be grass or bug type for the 6th gym, and then the 7th type gym will be, of course, the ghost gym. Because I don't think you're going to be able to walk there after the observatory, because it looks kind of secluded, and I kind of see like a pathway from the fighting type gym. Now, I feel like after that gym, you're going to be able to go on top of this mountain, because you won't be able to before. You go on top of this mountain, you can see a Pokemon Center. And if you look closely through all the islands that you already been to, the red dots obviously mean Pokemon Center. They try to make it where you could see it, but you can see this Pokemon Center on top where these ice caps are. Now, you can't really see it very well, but I feel like the 8th gym is up here, and this is where you could get ice type Pokemon. Hopefully that is the case, because I don't know where else to put gyms at. but this is where I'm guessing the ice type gym will be. And hopefully it's not going to be as easy as Wolfric, because by then you should have multiple types that could beat Wolfric. But yeah. But by then, before you hit the 8th gym, of course they're probably going to stall you away and make you head over to the island towards the left side, because the evil organization probably should be more in control and demanding, and we'll be heading over to this island that looks like messed up pancakes. But as you saw in the first reveal of Soliogo and Lunala, if you look behind them, there's like a really weird triangular shape. This is where it's at right here, where there's like a setting playing field where they could stand on, and that's the triangular shape that they're on. And if you look at when they revealed the moves of the Pokemon, it's kind of like a canyon-based area where they probably did like a battle test just to show off the move, and they have like the background. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention that the way the battles work, they don't have the circles on the bottom of the Pokemon no more. They have it where the Pokemon are just standing whatever terrain they're standing on, pretty much. I mean, that's how it's always been, but they no longer have the circles. I'm not sure about the trainer battles though. I don't know if every trainer is going to be behind their Pokemon, but as you could see, Hao is behind his Pokemon, and they didn't show off the Lily match. But that's another thing I should mention though. But before I get to that, there is this big tree right next to this triangular shaped building. I don't know what to call it. This statuette place. There's like a really big tree, and if you really want to notice stuff, this big tree, like if you just look through the map, all this other stuff around the pancakes and the ridges, these are all trees, just normal regular trees. They're not bushes at all. So you know that this tree is big, especially since it's almost the size of the triangular shaped place. So I'm guessing there's going to be like a different legendary there. I don't know if it's going to be like Celebi. Maybe it's going to be a different Pokemon of some kind. Maybe it'll be like a trio they bring back from a different game. Maybe like Virizion. I don't know. Whatever grass Pokemon they really care about or whatever. But yeah, I noticed that there's like a dock right here, and with one Pokemon Center, and I feel like this is kind of a restricted area that people don't really go to except for like rebel people. Especially I see like this guy going away from the place, so it's a bit confusing, so I don't know. And I always notice this like obsidian thing on the bottom right corner, so I don't know about that either. But of course that's from molten lava getting hardened. That's obsidian, you know, where the crashing waves splash onto this place. I don't know what that's gonna have either, but it's gonna be a really cool place to visit. But yeah, some place I forgot to mention. Well, if you look back to the normal island, by the normal island I mean the first island, you could probably go back here anytime you feel like to surf through that area. Whereas in that place, I have no idea. It might be like extra trainers you could battle for whatever reason. But if you look back on the top right island, right next to the volcano, there's an island there. But by that time you shouldn't have surf. But when you can, you could always go back there. And there's also this other island, very far to the right, where there's clouds covering over it. If you look closely enough, that looks like a palm tree. What that has, I don't know. Whenever I think of palm trees, I think of Mario Sunshine, and whenever they have just islands by themselves, there's always something special to them. Especially that freaking mission with Death Water in it. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've played Mario Sunshine before. I'm gonna try to check if there's any other islands that I might have missed. I don't think I did. I did forget to mention about the big island over here that has like a little square shape in there. That might be, I don't know if those are like traditional battle spots or if there's different archaeology elements where they're trying to, you know, discover something or something like that to see what it means from the past or something like that. I'm not sure. But that's what I got for the 4 islands. But there is one more island, and it's an artificial island, similar to like the Battle Frontier. This could be after game. You see it right here. People are speculating that this is the Pokemon League, where you could go through this building where this could be Victory Road? I don't know. And then after Victory Road, when you leave that area, you get to face the Elite Four. And I don't know how I feel about that. Victory Road was always a cave of some kind. Always, no matter what. And it's kind of different if they do it this way, you know? People were speculating where I thought the 8th gym was gonna be, is that's where the Pokemon League will be, because that would be an epic scenario where you go up these elevators and then you go through the cave. Maybe you're working downward, maybe you're working down, then you go up to a different location that's still up the top of the mountain or something like that. I'm not sure, but what I'm guessing, I don't think this is the Pokemon League. I feel like this is after game stuff, like some type of battle. Maybe not like a battle resort, because that makes me feel weird, because I already said the resort and the other place is the second gym. But I feel like it's some type of battle facility. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong about many things. But something I want to point out is that Lily, the 3rd trainer that might have the Pokemon that's strong against yours, there's something mysterious about her. And something about the trailer, the live action one, where they show the main character going to the town and meeting a guy named Hau, and he, you know, when they're going in the classroom, if you look in the top left, they're speculating that these names over here where it says Ed and Hau as well, they thought that those were gym leaders, but of course, since Hau is a company character that's with you, that might not be the case. But there's also another name that's recognizable, and I did notice it the first time, but I was like, who knows, they might have like similar names or something like that. But it says Caitlyn, and I'm thinking that she might not be an Elite Four member, but I think she might be the champion. And I think the reason they're making Lily kind of mysterious in a way is because, well, as you can see, as I already explained, the description of Professor Kukui is kind of against what Lily believes in, because Lily believes in Pokemon shouldn't fight at all, but she'll still support them, you know? And Kukui wants to take hits from Pokemon moves just so he could do research. Now, it says in the description she's doing it for a reason, where she's being the assistant and helping him out. She's doing it for a reason. I feel like she's trying to stray away from something. Maybe stray away from family history from a different family member. Maybe Caitlyn's the mom of Lily. And since Caitlyn's very well known being an Elite Four member, being a Frontier Brain, not even going on battle, like if you remember Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Platinum, she owns the battle castle, but she has her butler fight her battles for her, and she's in the Elite Four, where, well, it's not exactly fair to say that she's like in, you know, 2 Elite Fours in a row, but she's among the ranks of Cynthia, where Cynthia's watching her place, and she's the champion, and maybe Caitlyn was trying to get stronger. And plus the description says for Caitlyn that she owns many other villas around, just all over the world. So I feel like it is very likely they don't put names by accident. I feel like she's the champion. Other people are speculating that Lily is being mysterious because maybe someday she'll betray you. I don't think that's the case though. I feel like, because she's very anime-ish to me. You know, when you look at the Japanese trailer, she's saying, "Oh hey, nice to meet you," and it looks like she's like doing those faces where she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for bumping into you, excuse me," or something like that. And it's like a no big deal type of thing, you know, along those lines. So I don't think she will be willing to betray you. I don't think she'll be a villain. If she is, that's going to be kind of complete 180 turn of her personality, because she's always holding her bag like she's very careful or something like that. Because there's footage of her that she's like on this bridge, and it's on the first island right here when you most likely first meet her. I'm not sure, but she's always kind of in a worried state. So tell me what you guys think. That's pretty much it about all the islands. Maybe you'll go back to the volcano on the first island that you go to. But that is mainly it for the Pokemon Sun and Moon analysis breakdown of where all the gyms will be. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Of course, there might be many types that are wrong. If just imagine if I'm like 100% wrong. I don't know what Elite Four, like what types they will be. Most likely there'll be a dark Elite Four member, maybe a dragon one, maybe a steel type one, maybe a ground one. And maybe the champion will be psychic. Like I said, I feel like it's Caitlyn. Why else would they have her in there? And I also noticed the name Ed. I don't know why that stands out to me, but he might be a gym leader or he might be something more. But tell me what you guys think. Tell me about the teams, the evil organization Team Eclipse, if that's going to be the name, or maybe Team Saturn, just like Liquid Crystal or something like that. I'm not sure. Tell me, you guys, what you think below, and subscribe, and like if you're new here, you know, I got Let's Plays, theories, top 10s, all that type of stuff. Currently I'm playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Donkey Kong 64, Pokemon Leaf Green Randomizer Nuzlocke, and voting will start soon where you can vote for any game for my 10th Let's Play. And other than that, I also got Emerald Legends coming up and Frontier Fridays, which is both the same game, but they're two different series. Where Emerald Legends, I catch legendary Pokemon and explore the after game, and Frontier Fridays is where I live stream the Battle Frontier, where I take on every single one and try to beat them. So if you're interested in that, then join the White Tigers and Dragons. They're two teams that fight for the right to vote. And yeah, and of course, since voting's starting, just let me know what game you would like for me to play. So, with that being said, you've been scarred by the night. I'm out.